Welcome to Almost Functional Gaming. We aim to help all followers of Russ and the Allfather to improve on the tabletop. List building, tournament recaps, unit reviews, weekly council of the Fang, and other tips to help us all go from almost functional to fully functional. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K. Here tonight with Hunter for our weekly Council of the Fang. How you doing tonight, Hunter?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, not as excited as we were hoping to be, though.
It's the night before Christmas. I hope everyone put out ale and lambs of rack for Russ.
Yes.
And Old Saint Logan to come tonight.
Yeah, so we should be getting our detachment tomorrow. I'm not sure about us getting Russ this early. I'm thinking it'll be closer to end of 10th when we actually get Russ, but maybe they'll give us some sort of teaser or something. But
I don't know. I could always just call up James' workshop, put him on speakerphone real quick, and find out for us. So
yeah. Well, I talked to someone who doesn't know everything, but they know a little bit, and they were telling me that it was going to be closer to 11th edition when he came out. But we'll see if they're right or not.
All we can do is hope.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe GW was just trolling us when that detachment came out with the strat for the monster.
Yeah. Well, I think our book's going to be good going into 11th, so I think he will still get to use that strat at some point. Because if we're at the same point in the codex drop in 11th as we were in 10th, I mean, we'll be halfway through 11th before we get a codex, so we'll need something viable with him. So,
yeah, we'll see. I'm excited either way.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a good detachment. Because if so, I'll build a list of playtest tomorrow night at our Wednesday night 40K get together, and then I'm going to an event called the Dragons Cup down in Naples, which is like kind of like the Championships of Warhammer for Florida. They're trying to start. So
nice. Have you already said what list you're taking to that one, or still working on it?
I had a list I was working on until I found out we were getting a detachment. So depending on what that detachment is, I have a Gladius list I'm fairly happy with. But if we get a semi-decent detachment, I'll probably just take that.
So that'll be legal for the event?
Yeah, they said anything that comes out before the 12th. So data slate, everything. They want us playing with the most current. Because lists aren't due till day of, and we don't get to know the mission pack till day of. So I don't know what missions, what layouts, anything. So
nice. You know what? I like that. Just hey, show up and play. You don't know. It could all be kill more, or it could be it could be just regular old 40K every round. I like it.
It could be Dawn of War with unexploded ordinances. Who knows?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What's the old soccer ball mission where you just go first and win?
Yeah, DJ, considering they called it the Saga of the Great Wolf and the leak had Logan's picture on it, I would say a Logan-themed detachment is most likely. I'm interested to see if it would be just Terminators or if they would just make it Wolfguard, because his detachment is the Wolfguard detachment. So if they did something there to buff Head Takers and Wolfguard Terminators, kind of like the First Company for the First Company detachment, buffs Stern Guard, Vanguard, all that stuff. So
that could be interesting.
Yeah. I'm thinking it might. I think it might be a mix between Champions of Fenris and the First Company detachment, somewhere in between there.
Yeah, I think they could just, like you said, kind of like fix the detachment that, kind of the buff to or man, I'd love for them just to bring back the old, pretty much like the Champions of Rust with all the
yeah.
So that was such a fun detachment.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they're quite going to give us that full thing back, but some sort of something in it. But so we can go over our wish list. I also got Champions of Fenris pulled up so we could look at that and see how they could fix it if they're fixing it, which was some of the rumors. And then we can also go over our wish list for what if it's just a brand new detachment.
Yeah, love that. Let's do we want to do wish list first? Or do we want to look at the attachment, how we would, fix it what could be, I guess. Maybe that's how
I'll say a fix. I think that one would probably be quicker and easier because we can just look at things and then we can get into our whole everything else.
You've played this attachment. I've looked at it and I've built some lists with it. I think we kind of agree on some stuff. It's actually a pretty decent.
It's on the cusp. It just needs a couple things. So the detachment rule right now is any Adeptus Astartes infantry or walker unit that's within 3 inches of an enemy unit is able to declare a charge in the opponent's charge phase at the end of their charge phase.
Classic Space Wolf rule. That's how it was like all last edition. And so we had the 6 inch on the characters.
Yep. And then Terminators get OC1, an extra OC. So those go to OC2. I think would be a kind of a cool rule would be just to leave this how it is, give us a saga to achieve, and then this turns into a 6 inch once you achieve the saga.
Ooh.
Now this is a powerful detachment. 3 inch was just so hard to ever really get use. But if you had the threat to turn this into a 6 inch toward middle game, that could be really interesting.
I like that. I kind of hope, I know before we keep going on it, like if they're doing like either a revamp or things to this attachment, they do something like where it says that restrictions would be like the other new Space Marine detachments. They say like, hey, if you bring this character, you get this buff. I would love for it to have something there that says like, if you bring Logan Grimnar, you get some buff. Now I don't know what army-wide buff that would be, but I'd be up for it because just us talking. Logan's attacks right now, like I feel like you have to bring him, but like he doesn't do. Like once he does his vect or his turn 1 bring in stuff, you're like, all right,
Well, I run him with a squad, so he normally kills some stuff for me.
Yeah, but he has to have a squad with him. He's got to have some boys with. It's Logan and the boys.
Well, I mean, same with our deck. Like, I want to bring the boys anyway, so.
I just wish he would have like some of the other effects. Like I was looking at, if you look at like the Imperial Fist attachment, it's like, hey, if you bring that Lysander guy, you get 4 rolls to wound versus Oath. Like that's huge. So just something extra would be cool. If Logan's here, you get, something. I'm up for the GW creative minds to come up with something cool.
Give him his Hal back.
It's once per game.
Once per game, reroll.
Hits.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
And enhancements, they have the one where you can give a unit the 6 inch. If they gave us here in the saga, I would love to see this turn into an enhancement to have a Terminator character join Wolfguard Terminators.
And that would be kind of that's what this detachment really needs, right? Is a Wolfguard battle leader or someone like it has a lieutenant keyword that can join Logan, that can join, or just
we'll see
by itself.
Well, to say, if they made it a Terminator character, then our only options are Librarian, Captain, and Chaplain. But I would love to take one of those with the 3rd Terminator squad.
Just something like that. And you can slap that in hand, I think that's a good wish list item too.
Or if they wanted to keep it really restrictive for us, they could make it, like a Space Wolf character. So then you could add like a battle leader or some of the Terminators, which would be weird. They've kind of limited for the most part joining different armor types. So I'd like to see it just be or even Terminator or Space Wolf character. So you have the options. You add a Terminator character, or you can throw a battle leader in with your Terminators.
Yeah. Or give maybe some of those on this restriction, like if you bring this detachment or if you bring Logan, you can bring a Captain and Terminator armor, and he gets the keyword. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then all 2 of these are Adeptus Astartes Terminator, so we can't even take them. We still wouldn't be able to, even with that other enhancement, because that would eat up the guy's enhancement slot. So we'd have to get some sort of enhancements that could go to battle leaders or something like that. Wolf Breeze. So we'd need some more Space Wolf enhancements in here, even if they kept kind of what they did the same.
Yep, I think that's I think that's fair. If I were to fix that to change that foe's fate, I'd like it where like what's that if they run away you can actually like a blood surge or like
Oh yeah,
chase them down instead. That would be kind of a cool.
yeah, that'd be cool. But enhancements are a lot harder to predict. But just as long as they gave us that Terminator one, and then the rest were usable, because yeah, 2 of these aren't even usable unless you take regular Terminators.
No one does that.
No, I did. I took 1 unit because I wanted the 6-inch, and when I was running it, and yeah, it didn't feel good.
Yeah, God bless.
I mean, the strats were pretty good. Prey Taker's Eye, the lethal or sustained. Like that option, I really, really loved.
Yep, that's a like I love Beast Slayer to get lethals. I like to get sustained when I can get sustained. Like I like this is just when you need it. You're like, all right, this is I need it in this fight, and there you go, solid.
Yeah, Terminator, Battle Shuck thing. That's cute. I find it rarely ever came up that much, so that could possibly become something else.
I'd like to swap that for advance and charge.
Because I was going to say they'd probably take armor contempt away from us, so I was going to say that here. Like, if they take armor contempt away, just give us an advance in charge or fallback in charge, or just make them one strat, or replace both of these, 1 advance in charge, 1 fallback in charge. And honestly, that would fix the biggest problems I had with the detachment.
Yep. I agree. I think that's when I was looking at it today. I was like, yeah, just swap these out, and the attachment's pretty good.
Yeah. I wanted to start infantry unit minus or stealth. That was solid. I didn't mind that one.
I mean, that's just solid. Like, if you're bringing a Terminator detachment, right?
Yeah.
You need to be. If we're going to make this attachment, you want your durable unit to be durable, and this is a way to improve its durability. Because if you can't, then you just might as well bring what's it called, Stormlance, because you can get at least a reactive move or you're just faster to get in position. So no, I like stealth. I think it's fine. Nice one to hit.
Yeah, and Ruins of Claiming, I like. Into your command phase, any infantry or walker unit can sticky an objective.
Yep.
Dude, that was real big. Like, infiltrate a scout squad up, sticky by expansion, and then just fall off of it. And, like, it takes them a couple turns to get there, let you stage other places. Like, I really liked that strat.
Anytime you can sticky and eject it, like every detachment loves it. It's a great ability. Solid.
Yep. Then enter your opponent's fight phase. You can put a Terminator unit back in reserve. If this just became Wolfguard unit, so you can do Terminators or Head Takers, that would be amazing.
Again, like those are all kind of like, if I wanted to make a Terminator detachment, right? I want Uppy Downy.
Yep.
I want Sticky because you should like sticky and ejective, bounce them and go somewhere else.
Yep.
Lethal sustain, great. Whatever fight you want. We just need the armor contempt's always good. Stealth is good for the Terminators, and now just get a advance and charge. And I think you've kind of got a pretty,
Honestly, I'd prefer fallback in charge. I'd like both, but if I only had one of the two, I find with those Terminator units lacking killiness sometimes, especially when I run the big squads, which I like to do. If it's still this attachment with +1 OC and everything for them, sometimes they hit someone and just can't kill it. And they're stuck there. So you have to fall back and do nothing for a turn. So I'd prefer fallback in charge if we're running big termy bricks. But I'd like to get both because I have a feeling we're going to lose armor contempt because they just haven't put that in any of the saga detachments. So if they just drop these 2 and give us either advance in charge and fallback in charge, this would be honestly a really good detachment that I'd feel great running.
I'd like it. I'd want to try it. How often did your 2 OC came up in game? Did you love it? Because I feel like even in Stormlands and stuff, because of how big those bases are, it was just always hard for people just to take my 1 OC Terminators away.
Yeah, it is hard. Like, a lot of times didn't, but a few times it did. Like, fighting against some Norns, it was really, really nice. When people have certain armies can, like, swarm battle line, that's OC2 itself. So when you're only OC1, they've only got to put half as many guys as you.
Sure.
So it was nice. But getting the 6-inch charge thing, if they gave that as the second half of the saga, that would almost fix that because anything that's 2 OC is easy to kill. If they touch the objective there, and if it's 6 inches, you're just auto going to be able to charge them. So
Yeah, I wonder if they would give us the 6 because that other detachment has that strat for 2 CP for the
yeah,
the charge someone within 6. I don't know if they'd want to, you know what I mean, kind of step on toes, right? But because you would just be doing for free what would cost another strat like 2 CP to do. I say
yeah,
free, get a saga, but
yeah,
we're talking wish list, right? I'd like to have a strong
yeah. We're just talking
attachment.
about the way to fix this, because
Mhm.
otherwise they could leave that the 3-inch, but then I don't know what this, because I'd hate to have to achieve a saga to achieve the 3-inch, which wasn't that impactful. So if we
Yeah.
were just fixing this detachment and they weren't just completely getting rid of this rule, which basically would be a new detachment at that point, that's the best way I could think of to fix this, or make it achieve the saga character units get the 6-inch, not everybody.
And most of your units are and most of your Terminators should be led by a character.
Yeah,
So I'm good with that.
Because one thing I hated about this is, and they might leave it that way, was it left out Thunderwolves.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I see that, and I don't know if Thunderwolves are. I hate to say good in this detachment. Maybe a unit of 3 to skirmish because you don't
No,
really
that's what I'm
want
saying.
to
It's because
charge.
they don't get any buffs from any of this stuff. This is like
Mhm.
kind of the opposite in Stormlance, where nothing else gets buffs.
Yep.
This is like Thunderwolves gain nothing in this detachment.
Yep, this detachment feels, and that's the thing with the detachment. I know you've played the games with. It's just like you said. It's like okay, all this stuff works for Terminators, and
Mhm.
even if you put 30 Terminators, one can't have a character right now, currently, and they need
Yeah.
to fix that. And it's like like you said with the enhancements and stuff. So I think I think it'd be a quick fix, and that would make sense for GW to fix this attachment.
Yeah.
The great company, you got Logan, he's a Terminator guy.
Yeah.
Make Termies great again. So
Yeah. But so I'm not sure if they're exactly going to go that route. I think because it's the Great Wolf's detachment and Logan's the first company basically, and he always has Wolfguard. So I think instead of just Terminators, I'm hoping it's all Wolfguard, so Head Takers and Thunderwolf and Terminators, and I believe Thunderwolves are technically Wolfguard as well. I'm not sure if they get the keyword, but I know fluff wise, I think they're Wolfguard.
wonder if you would put like Stern Guard into that mix. Would they be?
I don't think so. They haven't been giving us a lot of buffs that affect things that aren't in our book. Like half our strats and some of these attachments are Space Wolf unit specific, so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be great if they did. I'm not sure if they would though.
I'm just thinking what other would be classified as a wolf guard, if you will.
Yep.
Kind of like you said, it sounds like head takers and termies, which I'm cool to have an attachment to buff those. I like those units.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's the stuff everybody's taking termies, and we keep wanting the head takers to work.
Yeah.
All right, so I double check. So Thunderwolves do not have the Wolfguard T word, but head takers and Terminators both have the Wolfguard keyword. And right now, as far as I know, there's nothing that the Wolfguard keyword triggers.
No, and that's been I don't know if it's been a shortcoming by GW because even like last edition, sometimes they're like they get this something gives them the Wolfguard keyword. You're like, what's that mean? They go, nothing.
Nothing right now, yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe so that'd be cool since it's the Great Wolf's detachment to just it affects Wolfguard on certain things.
yeah. I like it. Would be good with it. The other I don't know if you looked at all the other releases for the from Grotness, but those attachments all are seem pretty good.
The Blood Angel one looks really nice.
It's cool. I like the theme. See, but I like the theme of that one. It's like, hey, you battle shock your unit because you give into the rage, and then they punch way harder. So I love themed attachments and stuff. I think the guard ones all around like orders and kind of like buffing off the orders, which makes sense. Like you get an order from someone, you should be better. And I hope they do something fluffy but good for us as well.
Absolutely.
I like it when they can be intermingled, right?
Absolutely. Yep. And since just from the name of it, or at least the name they gave us, that's why I was thinking Wolfguard, because that would be fluffy. That would be themed basically Logan's great company.
Now, I hope what they don't do though is they come up with this great. Let's say this attachment's awesome. Like we get it, and it's just the wish list of like everything that we want. It's like Logan, and it buffs the units, and it lets you. Here's some character. You can bring a Captain Terminator armor, a Chaplain Terminator armor, and blah blah blah, and it gives them the Space Wolf keyword. Like it's all the wishes, and we're just like, man, this is great and wonderful. And somehow they let Najile lead a unit. And then I hope the balance slate they don't go. By the way, we're increasing points on all your Terminators by like 20%.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if you know this, but Michael Mann won you interviewed him, won a major. So in true GW fashion, I think that Nerf hammer's like right around the corner. It's coming,
Yep.
Wolves won a tournament, ban them.
Exactly. Now, Wolf Scouts are going to go up because someone won a tournament running 2 units of them in Hunter.
Really? They're running Wolves. They won a GT.
Someone won a GT, running like right after they came out, before the box even dropped.
Okay, I think that's, which makes sense. That unit's probably phenomenal in Hunter, like because of the 6-man unit, and it can get all the buffs and such. I've been working on mine. Actually, it's on my desk right now. I'm working on my new unit.
Mine's got to get painted, but they're built, and I played 2 games with them.
I want to play with them. They're too expensive, but
I
just want to put them on the table and feel. I want to feel when I do all the mortal wounds and charge and kill something and shoot it. But
after playing them a little bit, they're not as overcosted as I thought. They still are a little bit, but you just have to use them as not scouts.
No, it's super incursors.
Right. Instead of originally I was like, I'm going to drop my scouts and take these. What I did is I dropped the little 3-man Thunderwolf I was running and put them in for that. And
that seems like a good, and that unit. I know we've talked about in deep dive in it, but if you oafed a target, and you did everything. You scout and moved them up there. You grenaded. You shot them with the plasma, and you melted mine and in charge. Like that unit can kill.
Oh yeah.
Like people like that thing's only 110 points, and you probably kill a 200 and something point unit. You're like, yeah, and then it's done. Like you kind of
or even in certain matches, run up and just have them pop something transport. Like, there goes your freaking Falcon or Wave Serpent or your Rhino or Razorback, and now your unit you were trying to protect, you were hoping that the Terminators had to charge and kill the transport. Now your unit's on the table.
Yep, I agree. So, I'm excited to play him. It's a new unit. We've got my local shop does like a champion, kind of what you talk about doing. Is you got to be invited to it. You got to win like their RTTs and big prizes. And they were like, everyone's like, what are you going to bring? I'm like, probably some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what this new detachment is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, of course, I'll just go ahead. I'm going to bring Lehman Russ because he's coming back. Okay. We all know this.
Even if they dropped it, unless you have like a 30K model, it's like, don't have the model for him yet.
I do indeed have a 30K model that was a gift of mine for getting Best Wolves.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal paint job on him. So
nice.
He would be I'd windmill slam him on the table.
Someone gave me one that was falling apart. That's actually what I converted into my Logan.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. The base isn't big enough. You had to put it
I ripped the base off a Contemptor.
Gotcha.
And just moved his little thing he was standing on and everything over to that.
Gotcha. Yep. Love it. But no, I'll probably 1 unit of scouts, maybe 2. I may just, like I told you, I'll probably just spam some meme list and try to win it for the RTTs. And let me try second the Hunter, like two of the scout units and see what happens.
So they take the new detachment or Gladius to the thing this weekend. And then after that, whatever the new detachment is, I'll play around with it and go to my first couple RTTs next year with the new detachment just to see what it does.
Absolutely. What do you think? I'm sorry, my dog is. If y'all hear that, she is.
Yes, squeaking.
She got shot now. I was going to pick her up, but she was showing me her new toys for Christmas. Came early in this house, but no. With the new detachment, is there and that's what I would guess. Kind of like we talked about that. Would there be, with the data sheet, right? Because is it the same day tomorrow or is it afterwards?
Unclear.
Okay.
I know a lot of times they drop them on Thursdays, but occasionally it's been a Wednesday.
Well, let's say it comes out this week. What would be your data sheet, like with the balance update, wish list? Of course, we could all say like we want all our points to go,
Yeah.
down. I think realistically, probably some units are going to get like I could see Thunderwolf Calf probably going up, and maybe even Terminators go up. But just because that's what people are spamming, I hope they don't, because that's kind of our thing.
The only thing we got, and Wolves aren't, other than Michael winning, like there hasn't been like a lot of success.
So y'all can all.
Oh, there we go.
Miss Josie, the new wolf in the house.
Hunter's hunting wolf.
One of them. Okay. Sorry, I'm closing the door now so that we can.
No, that's all right.
So we don't get a squeak on the channel nonstop. But
and hopefully, for the most part, they leave us alone. Like we haven't been like doing that well.
I think there's bigger fish in the market that need the love tap. For us, I would love for like Grey Hunters and Najile to come down just a little bit.
Yep.
Because they're close to being in the list.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't know. It was all about the 10-man units. I wish we could do 5s. It's just so much.
You know what I'd love to have, and we used to be the only ones who had it back in the day. Basically, was when you can split your squads. Space Wolves could do that when regular Marines couldn't.
Well, and GW recently did that with the Orc Commandos because they had the same problem. You had to run them in like a 10-man, and no one would play them because they're like, no, I don't need a 10-man unit. And they're like, okay, well, you can split them into 2 5s. And you're like, that's more.
Yeah. Maybe that's what Logan gives us. Bring Logan, and you're able to split Grey Hunters into 5-mans.
Or maybe bring back the Lone Wolf. Maybe a Lone Wolf strat.
That'd be cool.
Or enhancement. That'd be make a character, make a model a character, and he gets jazzed up.
Yeah. The last model living unit or something.
That would be kind of a cool, something about that. That was always a fun thing to bring a Lone Wolf, and
especially back when characters were by themselves, and this as soon as he turned into it, he gained lone op and +2 wounds and +2 attacks, and like every squad you gave the Terminator battle leader or wolf pack leader, and like, you killed my blood claws. Here's a Terminator character now.
Yeah, that was sick having the Terminator guy, and then just like you said, he got Super Saiyan, and running around picking up squads. That was a cool Space Wolf thing. That's how we've always had something niche like that I think we should do again.
Absolutely.
No, I think the data slate, make those character like you said, leave us alone for the most part.
Yeah.
Make the Grey Hunters 5-mans or their points down, and maybe even Blood Claws kind of the same. Make them where you can run a 5-man. It feels weird being a 10-man. Like Space Marine. We're not supposed to be hordes.
No, the 20 Wolfid, Michael's going to get the Wolfid nerfed.
Yeah, me and him talked about that. It's funny. Like he loves them, and mine don't do anything. I'm just like,
What's funny enough? When I was running Champions of Fenris, my Wolfid were solid because I could give them the sustained hits. And then 2 attacks, they need to go into something with Oath and sustained hits to really guarantee they kill some of the things you want them to hit. Because when I was running them when they had no buffs, they'd run into something and sometimes just feel like, oops.
Yep. I always felt like when I ran them at Worlds, it was almost like they were just running with their hand out, like just trying to touch you. They were like, how fast do they move? I'm like, well, at least 10, possibly 15 on the advanced roll. And, I had like some people would just target them. And I'm like, these guys don't even pick up. Like I had a 10-man unit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're playing Horde meta. Why are you even like.
Well, yeah. So, I might go kill this big vehicle over here, but those 10 guardsmen I'm not going to get through.
Yeah. I was like, but like, heaven forbid, they were just a boogeyman. People saw Wolfen and were afraid of what they used to be.
But they haven't been that since early 8th edition.
No, man, was that fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun time. That's
Yes.
when I was like making my wolfing list. I was like, well, I only got 12 guys with hammers because you had to do 4, and then the leader had to have the double claws.
Yeah. And I always ran on 2 axe, 2 hammer, shields, and then the battle leader or the pack leader.
That was indeed that was a fun time. Just depending on what the meta.
Guess what? They only took up 1 slot in a Land Raider.
Indeed. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I wonder. I don't know what the data site. Like, I feel like, unless I'm forgetting about some stuff. I know they probably need to touch some like Ultramarine, like Ventrix Guard shenanigans.
I haven't heard much about it recently, but a little bit ago I was hearing rumors they were going to lose the +1 to wound on the Oath.
I don't think they need it anymore. It just, I think it like makes you win more.
Exactly. And into fighting non-Codex Marines, it's just a real feel that's like, because at the one GT I went to with my Redemptor list, the only game I lost was into Ultramarines running a Redemptor list.
Mm-hmm.
So he had +1 to wound on my Redemptors. I didn't have +1 to wound on his Redemptors, and that really was a big skew point in that game.
It is, and it's a feels bad moment when you're like, or it feels weird moment because sometimes you'll be like playing against them. They'll be like, okay, my bolter guns, are going to shoot into whatever it is, and it's like they're winning on 4s. And you're like, ugh, like,
yeah.
Where did this come
well, it's
from?
worse. He's like, hey, my Vindicator's going to shoot your Terminators. Guess what? I'm still winning on you on 2s.
With 4 rerolls to hit.
Like, yeah, because normally, all right, I'm taking something big like that to 3s. It's not going to do as much damage as they're used to. He's like, no, I wound you on 2s naturally. You take me to 3. I take myself back to 2 because I oathed you. One of my 2 oath targets this turn.
Yeah, and there's that, and like some of those detachments, the new ones that came out, they get rerolls to wound pretty easily. So it's like you don't need it with +1, or give us +1 to wound. I'd love to have.
Well, I just give me the Terminator enhancement, and that chaplain will give my Terminator squad +1 to wound.
Absolutely, we're good with that.
Oh, let me put a Wolf Priest in with the Terminators. +1 to wound and bring in Terminator bodies back.
That may cross through the realm of like.
Oh yeah, I don't think they'll give us that, but just a Terminator. Just give me the +1 to wound. I will be happy.
Well, we're Space Wolf players, man. We'll just be happy with whatever we get. Go in there. You're gonna flinch when you open up the detachment. Like, okay, don't suck.
No, we're Space Wolf players. We'll bitch about it and then find a way to make it work.
Yeah, somehow. Like, it's gonna be like everyone's gonna be like, why don't you just run 8 or whatever, all the Ventrix Guard and Redemptors and just auto win? Like, no, I want to run uphill. I want to skate uphill.
Yeah,
Space Wolf way.
Because my models look cooler.
Indeed, I like a good challenge.
Yeah.
So that was always. I think that's the fun part of being a Space Wolf player is the. You're not gonna be like GW. I don't know. Maybe someone got bad touched by a Bark Star and all that such from a long time ago. They'll never let us be.
No.
To the caliber of what it was, and it's funny.
Yeah, we were great in 5th edition. 6th and 7th was so shooty. We really weren't any good. 8th edition index, unfortunately, was right in the middle of the start of COVID. So it's like we were super strong there, but we didn't really get to take advantage of it. And the Codex came out and took away a lot of it, but we're still okay. And then kind of been crappy up until now. I like this book, other than it's just a little extra restrictive in certain spots.
Yeah, that's kind of the I kind of wish they would. They're not going to change everything because, like, I think we all see the new editions looming, so it's not worth it to change. But I wish they could, hey, I know we did the 5 Grotness attacks. We're going to kind of tweak a lot of the other stuff and take.
Well, they can always tweak detachments and data slate drops, which is easy for them to do, and they've done it for people in the past.
Yeah. I just think they're probably so focused on probably the next edition. I could be wrong, I don't get to sit in the GW meetings, but they're probably saying like, whatever, we're done with it. We're gonna go to the next edition. And
well, the next edition isn't gonna be like a full reset. It's really just gonna be a lot of cleaning up the rules. So they really won't have a lot to do. It's not like going from 9th to 10th, where it's a whole new rule set. And they're playtesting and everything. So it's like, we're really playtesting 11th right now. They're just going to, all these FAQs and rule comment, all that rule is going to get combined into the main rule book to start with. So it's kind of all in one place. And then they'll start doing it again from there. And then 3-4 years after that, we'll go into 12th edition, which they've been doing every second edition for the last little while as a full reset.
Yeah, we just really just want like a 10.5. You know,
yeah, I mean that's what 9 was basically 8.5, and so this will be 10.5, and then we'll see what happens with 12th.
Yep. I just hope they don't like end times it or something like that.
Yeah. Well, we got to wolf time it to get Russ back.
I mean, that's true. It's kind of I guess when we get them, we're gonna all celebrate, and then we all know it's like, oh no, this is the end of 40K. We're about to go to 50K.
No, 40K makes too much money. The problem with fantasy, they kind of stagnated. Everybody had their armies, so they blew it up to try to start a new game. 40K is the cash cow. They wouldn't do anything that drastic with the lore.
Spoken like a true, you know, I like it. Dig you 10 toes in, baby. They'll never. I said the same thing. They'll never get rid of fantasy.
Well, I think they learned from that because they brought it back.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But fantasy wasn't making money, so that's.
You know,
everybody's like, "Oh, I need 10 more goblins. Cool, I'm gonna make this cool thing and put it in the middle of my unit."
Still do that now if you need to.
Well, in old world, I'm saying, but you can't do that in 40K.
Yeah. No, yeah, the old world and such.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but you know what? I do like a little rank and file. That's on my next list to make start doing a little hobby in. But I feel like the 40K hobby never stops. So.
Well, I got my Beastman armor back here. We've played, me and John have played like 2 games of Old World, but since I started the channel, I don't have a lot of time for other games. I got to keep kind of the content and stay on top of the, especially Space Wolf specific. I can't even play a second army right now. I just got to stay on Space Wolf stuff.
I feel that. You know, I know I got a lot of stuff behind me, but like,
yeah,
you know, I've been blessed to have like a good Space Wolf, kind of some new models and stuff.
Yeah.
So just been, you know, doing them out. Every time I'm like, okay, I can do something else. I'm like, oh, they're like, no, here's a new Wolf Scout unit. I do need that.
Luckily, our book's good enough where I could be competitive with it, and they're staying on top of it. But before, like, playing Wolves was like banging your head against a brick wall. So after a couple months of that, I'd get like, all right, I'm going to take a break for a month or two, play something that's actually competitive, win some stuff, and then, all right, I'm going to come back to Wolves, bang my head against the wall for a little bit more, and then, like...
And I think that's all we really want. Everyone wants, right? It's just something competitive. Give me a chance to win. Because, you know, we talked about, like, last edition, there was I remember, like, when I got best Wolves, I knew the ceiling was top cut. If I made it the top cut, I knew I wasn't winning the event. There was just no way I could beat the Tyrannid indirect list or some of the other just shenanigans that was there at that time. And that was really discouraging. That was why I was like, you know, I'm going to get another army because I want to, if I'm taking all this money and time to go to a GT or a major, I want a chance to win.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was last edition or the edition before, but I took a Wolf list to an RTT. And it's when Harlequins had all those stupid rerolls. And I got wrecked by a Harlequin army. And I was so freaking annoyed that, like, the next week was a GT. And I have a friend who wasn't playing. I borrowed his Harlequins and submitted a Harlequin list. I had half a test game the night before the GT with it. And I got second. And my only loss was to another Harlequin player who actually knew the army. Like, I didn't know half the strats. Like, I didn't do half the strats through the game, just off those rerolls. Like, that's how broken the army was. You didn't even have to know how to play it to win with it.
That's how I felt with some of, like, the beginning of this edition. I was like, I bet I could just pick up an Eldar army. Have no idea about the strats. Just knew, like,
just know, this Wraith Knight, I'm going to turn this into a 6 and this into a 6 and do 24 dev wounds to your unit that carry through at the beginning of the edition and just pick up anything.
Here's my Wraith Knight.
I can one-shot a Knight, or I can pick up a 20-man Gene Stealer Cult squad. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm going to do it in Overwatch.
Yeah, I brought a Wraith Knight and then that guy, whatever, the character guy with the Avatar Kane. So my Overwatch was, you know, flip to 6, you lose. Yeah, no, I think that was, and I always loved it when people were like, hey, it's not that broken. I'm like, it's that broken. That was an insane time. And but you know, the Eldar are the poster child of GW. The Space Wolves are the stepchild. Every now and then we get a birthday.
Yeah. And
And
Big
then,
Muck, yeah. What is this Icarus Wolf conversion bits? I don't put the link or something either in the Discord or in here. I'll take it. I'll check them out. Always like good conversion bits for wolves.
absolutely. That was I got a Thunder Bear calf that everyone loves, and that was actually even GW approved it. It was so cool at Worlds. So
Actually, I don't like that's a decent idea, Cameron. If your army list includes Logan Grimnar non-named Terminator character models, gain the Space Wolves keyword.
sold. Cameron, are you a writer for GW?
Well, the problem is it's not just the Space Wolf keyword. They have to specifically say they can lead this unit with the leader rules. So have to say instead of Space Wolf keyword, we have to say can lead Wolfguard Terminators. But basically, same idea. Just the wording would have to be different from the way GW wrote the leader rules. But I understand what you're trying to get at there.
I like it. That would open up the captain, lieutenant, and the chaplain.
Yeah,
that's from the wound.
Yeah, and thank you, Josen. We got a new member on YouTube. Let's see if there's any other good questions I missed.
If anyone's listening, what would they like to have? Like, what would y'all tell us what you want for the detachment?
Well, I look at it, some of them were saying stuff, and I
still
in my own world, I didn't catch it. Let us see a term attachment, enhancement to attach any adepts at start. Yeah, same thing we were talking about. Head taker buffs, advance in charge, and access to lethals. What else? I constantly feel like Logan ain't putting out like I'd prefer. Yeah, he's not the strongest hitter. But if he hit super good with his rules, which are awesome, they'd have to jack his points up a lot.
Yeah, it'd be cool if him to have a reroll.
No wishlist item. A rule and attachment where if Logan gets killed, he can stand back up at half wounds on a 2-up. I mean, that'd be cool.
I roll 1, so I don't want that rule.
Yeah. No, I think they save that rule for Russ. Gilliman can't be the only one to get up. Russ is too stubborn and mean to just go down the first time.
I like it.
Enhancement to make battle leader deep strike and lead Termies. Anything that gives us a character to lead the Termies, I'm down with.
I mean, that Terminator unit, and you know, in this attachment, if he had reroll 1s to hit and sustained hits, and then you plot him to lethal, and that unit really punches up.
Bring back the Logan Wall. Yeah, we talked about that. Drukhari Codex is 100% on 11th edition beta. Oh, they make an Impulsor Wolfier, and they have tracks for the repulsors from the was it Icarus Wolf conversion? I'll have to look that up.
Was it like some wolf pulling a sleigh of an Impulsor?
That'd be cool. Then Mike said, advance in charge or fallback in charge for Wolfguard Terminators. Yes. I want both, but if I only get one for Terminator units, I'd prefer the fallback, which for reasons I said earlier. Just because those big units, once they get there, sometimes they're just stuck. I'd rather have to take an extra turn to get there and then not be stuck.
See, I'm an advance in charge guy. I like that threat of like I could roll a 6. You know, when people are measuring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I find that would work better if I was running a bunch of units, like 5-man Termies instead of the 10. If they give me a Termie attachment with a bunch of buff on Termies, I want to throw 30 back out there again, which means I need the fallback. But yeah, if I played more small head taker squads and 5-man Termies, some Thunderwolves, then advance in charge would be a better.
Mm-hmm.
Bureau Boy says, Old Man Odin Russ.
I hope that when Russ comes back, he is like, you know, like braided beard or like more Viking. You know, I'd even take like a fat Russ.
Well, that'd be
You know,
funny.
give him an eye patch, just straight up rip off, Marvel.
Yeah.
I'd be great with that. I think I don't know. It feels like they're gonna like make him like a wolf and Russ. Maybe he'll be like a demon Primarch, but like I don't know. He's supposed to be the most pure, like can't be corrupted by chaos.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
It does.
Hopefully tomorrow. So I'll try to go live again tomorrow, like I did today at 8:55. Catch, be there when it drops, and give live reactions to it. And tomorrow night we have our 40K night, so I won't be able to do a show tomorrow night. But then I'll do more in depth and probably a list build Thursday night, and we'll also be able to get in. I'll also be able to get into the data slate, whether it drops Wednesday or Thursday. Doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Gandalf form and werewolf form.
Russ comes in a 2 model. The first time he's alive, and then he dies, and he changes or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or you just have 2 options. Yeah, like regular wolf or wolf and Russ. Yeah. I doubt they'll do that. Whatever it is, there'll just be one of them.
Yeah, they're not gonna have like the Titus where it's lieutenant or captain or jump pack or swimsuit.
No. Now they might give you something in his rules where below half wounds he gets like extra attacks or extra, like kind of like they used to do with like
Angron.
I think some old like Angron, yeah,
because
he's kind of like the loyalist counter to Angron.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And I bet they would probably give like the +1 to hit and then +1 to wound if he's below. That strat of something like that.
I hope not, because it's probably going to hit on 2s and be like strength 12 anyway. So it's like those would like almost be useless.
Yeah, it's GW, man.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, or like extra attacks or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or he gains 5 bite attacks because he's like just goes all wolfing out. He's biting you in, hitting you with his sword. Like,
do you think does he have wolves? Like, didn't they die in the?
Yeah, I think it would just be
him
like just going claws and teeth and just like succumbing to the rage.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let Logan have his wolves with him that don't give him any OC.
The fact that he's an OC1 model on that big base with those wolves is dumb.
Look, I showed it to G when I was at Worlds. I was like, all right, this is a Space Marine. How much OC is him? I was like, 1. Like, awesome. Like a Terminator guy's like, great. This wolf, if you put this guy on top of a wolf, he's OC 2. I'm like, man, you guys are knocking it out. But this guy with 2 wolves on his base, his OC should be, and then like 1. I'm like, yeah, there you go. They said they could roll dice in the meeting room to see the OC for people.
Yeah. Well, he's not riding them.
He's petting them.
Yeah. They're like, you didn't want to be on your chariot behind the wolves. You only get OC1.
What if they did just bring back the chariot too? They're like, hey, saying you Space Wolves have been good. The chariot's also back. Here's a chariot model for Logan.
I'd have to go back out to Tennessee and search through the garbage can for my Storm Rider.
Yeah, he's in my on one of my shelves back here. I think it's there. He is. I think he's that model right there. Once they get retired, I put him on a retirement shelf. So
no, ATC. He had a bad 2-game run. I knew the Codex was coming out and was already confirmed he was gone, so I spiked him in a trash can.
You didn't. The rumor was that Thunderwolves were going to be gone too. I'm glad you didn't do all those.
Well, no, this was after we had it confirmed.
Gotcha.
What was in and out?
Because that was a rumor. Because people.
Oh no, that's everybody. Yep. So we lost all the characters, but they survived, and the unit's better than it was by itself, but you can't attach the characters to it. So
miss those lethal hits and that blood surge. That was cool.
Yeah, it's true, because the wolves take up 2 slots in the transport, but they count for 0 OC. Because Logan takes up 4 slots instead of 2. Big Mac just pointed that out.
Fair enough. Would be nice, but I guess put them in the attachment for the extra OC if you want them for now. But We'll find out. I do like to start my day because it'd be about 8. I think it's 8 a.m. my time. It's about when they've been released in the morning. So get out, have my cup of coffee. I'll be on the road for work, and
see, I'll be at work. I get to work at 8, but it lets me get everything done in the morning, and then tell them, hey, I'm taking like a 15, 20-minute break.
There you go. I'm excited. Normally I get a phone, especially when I got road time. I'll have a crew kind of call me, and I'll be like, all right, read it through me as I'm on the road for work. Yeah. Tell me about it. And
yeah, I was excited. I was hyped this morning. I was live. I was like, we're going to get this now, because they'd been doing with a lot of the releases, especially last year, is like Imperium, then Chaos or Xenos, Imperium, then Chaos or Xenos, Imperium. And so this time they did that too. They went Guard, Chaos Marines, Guard, Eldari, Emperor's Children. It should have been Wolves, Emperor's Children, if they kept their same.
The best for last.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a big reveal. So I'm saying we're getting Russ. I'm calling my shot right now. So
yeah,
we're getting something for Christmas for being good boys.
Yeah.
Girls. So.
Yeah, they could save his teaser for later in Grotmas too. If someone was saying day 31.
I could see like a teaser, coming out. That'd be pretty cool. Because then they already do a teaser with like the Lion arriving to on the 500 Worlds for Ultramar. I thought I saw something
maybe
with him arriving to help the Ultramarines, or because I don't think in lore they've met yet.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think I saw, maybe it was Tactica or one of the GW videos. There was something like it was Lionel Johnson, because it showed like his shield and he had his helm on coming out or something.
Nice.
So
yeah, I don't keep, if it's not Wolves, I haven't been keeping up on it as much as I should.
That'd be pretty cool. Imagine the Lion and what's his name, Bobby G are meeting up at like one of the 500, something going on, and then all of a sudden a drop pod just crashes in and Russ kicks out the door.
Yeah, it wouldn't even come out of like a portal or something, because he's out by himself. I don't know if he has a pod or what he has with him.
I thought he had the 13th. I thought he found.
No, the 13th Company was lost. He took his bodyguard with him, like his wolf guard.
That's okay.
So they probably are in a little cruiser or something, or at least they were however many years ago. So yeah, they might have some drop pods in there.
They'll have something with them because he left Bjorn. Yeah, he took his bodyguards except for Bjorn.
Everybody but Bjorn, yeah.
That was poor Bjorn. I do think when Russ comes back, that I think Bjorn may retire, and I'm not ready.
Dude, I've been saying that for a while. That gives them their chance to get rid of that box dreadnought when Russ comes back. So, but since they just gave us the Codex, if they dropped Russ with the Codex, I thought they were going to get Fluff for him dying. But since he's in the Codex, I think he'll probably stay till 11th. So he'll get to fight alongside Russ for a minute, and then when the 11th book comes out, that's when they'll have the story of how he died protecting Russ or fighting beside Russ one last time or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm good with it. It's, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Although I would miss that extra CP if Bjorn did leave. That's so clutch in so many of my games.
Yeah, someone else has to carry that mantle. Whether it's Najile or Russ himself, or someone's got to go with that CP, because I don't know how people do lists without Bjorn. Like, I'm just like, man, I sure like that 2 CP in every one of my lists.
Absolutely. Every once in a while, I think about, man, it's 170 points. He doesn't do a lot, but Double Flamer Overwatch scares people. He helps protect the expansion a lot, and then I'm like, even with him, I keep running out of CP. I can't imagine if I didn't have him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a Chad. In every one of my games, people are like, "I'm going to kill him." Like, are you? And it's like round 5 or 4, like 4.5, and they're like, we finally got him to the wound. I'm like,
yeah, and I got to stop reactive moving in Gladius when I'm not in tactical. Yes, I've always did I do it 2 turns in a row. They move like 2 and 3 inches both times. I'm like, shit, now I can't fight on death. Shit, now I can't rapid ingress. I'm like, if it's not the guaranteed 6, I just got to stop. Tell myself, just use the threat of it to mess with their movement, but don't actually use it.
Mm-hmm. I get that. Yeah, even when I'm in Stormlands, I probably only use that reactive. It's like more as a threat.
Yeah,
and like a melee matchup. Other than that, I won't, interrupts, armor contempt. et cetera. Ride hard, ride fast.
Yeah, occasionally in like a shooting matchup, if I have the
Mm-hmm.
6-inch, and they have to move up to get on the objective, I'll run my unit behind the wall so they can't shoot me. But
There's
yeah, most of
always
the time it's like, I'm going to make their charge longer. I made it 2 inches longer. He rolled the 7 instead of 5. He still made it. Like, it's like,
mm-hmm.
like if it's not the flat 6, the tournament tactical, then I got to just pretend that strat isn't there.
It is nice having a flat 6 and Beast Slayer and Stormlance. It's just
yeah. But
6
hopefully I won't be running Gladius after tomorrow.
I like it. You know, even if it's a bad detachment, I think I'm going to try to make it work for just to.
Oh, I will. I just whether or not I'm going to take it to the end of the year Champions Cup this weekend or not, because I actually want to try to place decently there. So if it's not super solid rules, I don't know if I'm going to jump on a new detachment with one playtest game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But if it's anything like Fenris, just better, then I have some playtesting with Fenris, so I'd be more comfortable jumping on it. But
well, you know, make a plan and lean into your experience, and you know, especially if they don't know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, and 30 Terminators, it doesn't. Even when I was running Fenris, like it's not a guaranteed win, but I think it'd be a great team list because you don't kill them off the objectives that fast. Like it doesn't lose big. You can throw it to almost anything and it's run it to the middle and it's not going to get 20 owed.
Makes sense, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope tomorrow is a good day for all of us. And,
yeah, I'm sure we'll all be talking about it in the chat, and then I'll do something Thursday night if you're available. We'll talk about that in the council group.
Put the light the beacons.
Yes.
Put the bat signal up. I'll be around. We can do our hot take. What we'll do is
because it won't be till Thursday night, so hopefully it won't even be more of a hot take. We'll already have some ideas in our head, and we can I'll have a playtest game in with it. Hopefully. What
we'll do is we'll watch Art of War and we'll see what Michael Mann says, and then we'll just be like, I don't think that's right, and make notes, screenshots and notes so that Arjax.
Problem is, I think he's finally figured it out. He knows Arjax's not C tier, and he's winning majors with it. We might actually have to listen to him now.
Yeah, we chatted a lot about theory crafting at Worlds and stuff, and kind of wish list, and now we're just kind of waiting and seeing, see what happens. So.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Well, check me out in the morning, guys. I'm going to be here, and hopefully we'll get our detachment drop this time. It's going to be the one detachment that we're wrong about. It's going to be another Ultramarine detachment. But no, we should be getting our detachment in the morning. But and other than that, I will catch you later, Hunter. I will see you guys later, and we'll catch you next time.
Appreciate being here, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Almost Functional Gaming. We appreciate the support of all followers of Russ and the Allfather. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon. Everything helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate it.